When I was on the plane to come here, when I was on the flight, so like the in-flight meal obviously had a bunch of breads, and I usually don't eat the bread. I eat the actual meal and the other stuff because I'm not really a bread person. But then we usually, my family and I take the bread with us because food and it's a waste. But then, so like I took the bread with me because I'm gonna be an exchange student. I'm gonna be a starving exchange student. So beggars can't be choosers. And now we're like 2 weeks in, and my breads are still here. And I've been staring at them for like 2 weeks now because I don't know what to do with them because they're literally as hard as a rock. Like, and it's kind of sunk cost because like I've already had them for 2 weeks. But at the same time, realistically, if I didn't eat them when they weren't hard as rocks yet, what am I gonna do now? Okay, I've finally finished unpacking. Well, I've actually finished unpacking like a week ago, but I've finished unpacking in the sense that everything is where it's meant to be. So let's have a room tour. So here's my room. That's my bed, and Poo, Hangyodan, and Shimi and Bokbok. And this is my wardrobe. All my clothes are in it. Then here we have my power banks, winter stuff. These are gifts from family. Surprises, yes. And then these are my study materials, some ties, some more jackets, some travel stuff, some adulting stuff, so like stuff for laundry, ironing, tissue. That's my laundry hamper. This is another desk. Yeah. That's my school bag, tissue, a school duck, and these are my hair accessories, hair ties, some napkins, some other adult stuff. Yes. This is my desk. Everything's facing here because I like to sit here on the bed instead of the chair. So these are my to-do list, my planner, my calendar and pencil cases, my cup, my laptop, snacks, another hangidon. Yeah, these are more adult stuff, my vitamins, hairbrush, eyeglasses case, maintenance stuff, which I do every night, face lotion, chapstick because winter, yay! These are some containers which I used to come here, which is obviously not in use anymore because everything's been unpacked. These are some travel notebooks, some pad papers. These are all of my rings and some other stuff. That's my luggages, and those are all the bags I brought. And this drawer here, so these are my lip stuff. These are accessories, so earrings and necklaces. And then here we have important papers plus bracelets. And then here we have more adult stuff, so medicine, other vitamins, and so on and so forth. And yeah, that's it. Welcome to my room. Oh, and this is the view. It's a special wardrobe tour. Basically, up there is adult stuff, so blankets and sheets. Those are socks and PJs and underwear. That's my tops. These are bottoms. Those are thermals. Those are clothes I won't wear in months because they're not winter clothes. So I'm waiting for the temp to get higher. These are pants I've worn but are still kind of re-wearing because laundry has pay. So like I'm trying to make the most out of the clothes, and these are tops of the same reason. And yeah, and those are brassiers. I'm so thankful for those hangers because originally I hung them on that iron bar, and I'm short, so every time I have to put them back, I have to stretch so much. So my roommate lent me her hangers, and I am forever grateful. One thing I failed to consider when I was planning this Salzburg trip, I had to leave like really early in the morning. Like it's 5:30 right now in the morning, and underestimated how scary, well, no, I didn't consider at all how scary it'd be to walk to the stupid train station in the freaking dark. Like, I hate winter. Where's the sun? Why hasn't there been a sunrise yet? I've never even considered how scary it would be to walk alone until I took the grass trip last week and I had to walk around 11 p.m. home alone. And it was so dark and I was scared. At 4:30 this morning, I was hoping that by the time I leave the house at 5:30, the sun will already have been up. But no. Look at that. If this is where I die in the middle of Austria, tell my family I love them. I made it. I'm alive. I'm alive. Finally, some daylight. I just withdrew money for the first time in my life. Welcome to adulting. In German, no less. So I'm walking towards the puppet theater that was in The Sound of Music. And originally Google Maps was like, oh, it's like 7 minutes away. And I was like, oh, okay, great. And it's only like a straight shot. So I kept going. And then I was like, what the GPS is being wonky. Because the ETA kept getting longer and longer. So it was at 7 and then it got to 10. And then eventually it got to 17 and 19. And it's like, what the hell? So I restarted the app twice even. And it was still weird. Until I realized I was walking in the wrong direction, and so the GPS wasn't weird, I'm weird. Yep, I'm stupid confirmed. The ETA is becoming smaller numbers now. I'm dumb. I'm finally back to where I was when, the theater was 7 minutes away. So I guess the answer is I walked 19 minutes in the wrong direction. I'm so upset because the train I'm taking to go home is 3 trains. So I was on the first train and then there was a tight connection, like 4 minutes to get to my next train. But then my train, the first train, the one I'm on, arrived late. So by the time we got to the platform, the train I was supposed to catch already left. Sounds fun. And then, so now I have to wait 40 minutes, out in the frigid cold, waiting for another train. And I'm so upset because it's not my fault and now I'm getting home 20 minutes later. And it's like, okay, yeah, Caitlin, that's fine. It's only 20 minutes later than you expected. But then I have a trip tomorrow and I was checking what time the train I'm supposed to take tomorrow is. And wow, lo and behold, it's also at 5 a.m. So that means I'm getting up at 4 again. Yay!
The next day.
The vast darkness again at 5:30 a.m. The shadow says hi. Hey, today's better though. I feel like that whole thing wasn't happening yet when I got here, yesterday 5:30 a.m.-ish also. The train home from Munich has been a disaster, and it's rather unfortunate because I really did enjoy Munich. Like, it's such a pretty city. But so I had 2 train options going home, one at 5 and one at 6. But when I decided to do the one at 6 because I wasn't done with the list of sites I wanted to go to yet. So I was like, okay, I'll just take the later train. That's fine, no problem. Because I'm using Uriel anyway. And then when I got to the train station, because I make this Google Docs and all of the trains that I plan to take are on there. So the train I have listed on there, it wasn't available in any of the apps or on the train schedule. And it's what the hell? So I believe that the train just died and stopped existing for whatever reason, because I put all the details, all the journey details on the Google Docs, and it's it's impossible that I made any of that up, or like I looked at the time wrong. So like that's crazy. But anyway, I had to take a later train, and yeah, and all of a sudden I'm coming home after midnight now, so that's fun. And then then turns out my power bank is dead already while my phone is dying. So the entire journey home, like 4 or 5 hours maybe, I was just like either sleeping or reading, most of the time sleeping, to like save on phone battery because my phone is extremely important. All my tickets are there, and I don't want to be fined for not having a ticket. And yeah, so that was crazy. And I also bought like this apple dessert bread thingy, and it was not good. It was very disappointing, and that made me really sad. And yeah, so I was sleep deprived. No, I still am. I'm sleep deprived, food deprived, and happiness deprived. So it's been a fun night. And now I'm just like walking around the platform waiting for my last train. And I am forced to walk around and pace because it's so cold. Oh, and did I mention on one of my many train transfers, there was a group of like friends or whatever, and they were so noisy. Like, I debated taking a video, like just so you could hear how noisy they were, but like dying phone, and I was trying to prioritize, but they were so noisy. And like, I swear other people were looking at them too, and it's just like, how do you not run out of to say? I'm like I'm like 90% sure they were drunk. But it was so annoying. Like, my gosh. And oh, did I mention I have class tomorrow too? So I mean, it's still at 5, but I have stuff to do, and like when I get back, when I get back to the dorm tonight, I can't even rest yet because there's still some things I have to sort out. I mean, yeah, it's my problem because like the things I have to sort out is like posting Instagram stories, and that's like a personal, like that's a me issue. But still, I could have done that on the train had my phone not been dying or had my power bank not died. To end on a more positive note though, here's some pretty pictures from Munich.